All right, so just wanted to have a look at an app called Retinapad. So basically, Retinapad is a jailbreak tweak that allows iPhone apps to run on the iPad in Retina mode, essentially. So it'll take an app like, say, Instagram that doesn't have an actual iPad version. It's just running the same iPhone version, but you have that like two times option to zoom in on it. It takes apps like that and basically upreses them. So it makes the resolution on the app look a lot crisper, a lot nicer, basically like Retina graphics. Instagram's probably the biggest example that I can think of off the top of my head. Alien Blue is another pretty good example if you're running the iPhone version. And I'll just kind of show you guys what I'm talking about here. So if we go into Retinapad, you'll see it's very basic for the options. We have always zoom, allow upside down, show simulated chrome. So always zoom just forces it into the 2x mode. So rather than opening it up and having to tap on 2x, it automatically does that and it hides the 2x button. So it kind of like zooms it in so it's nice, pretty much full screen at that point, and you don't even see the 2x button anymore in the bottom right hand corner. Allow upside down. I'm assuming that just means if you flip your iPad upside down so the home button's at the top, it'll also flip the app to match that. I haven't really played around with that too much to confirm. That's just kind of what I'm assuming. Show simulated Chrome, as far as I can figure, it just kind of gives it a little more polish. I haven't really turned it off to see what it's doing. It looks great with it on, so I haven't really played around with it too much. You could try it out if you decide to buy the tweak, though. If we go into fake, we'll see that the options are nothing, machine name, and hardware name. So I'm assuming that just means if you had an iPad app that or an iPhone app, I should say, on the iPad that absolutely needs to be an iPhone to run, you could go in here and choose to fake machine and hardware name. That would probably trick it into thinking you're on an iPhone. That's just a guess. Again, not something I've ever had to use. Portrait and landscape, I'm assuming that just allows it to kind of like flip if you're flipping your iPad sideways. Turning that on, I've had apps lock up. You can see that it's clearly in beta, so that's to be expected, but I haven't really had that work, so not 100% sure what it does. I'd recommend just leaving it off. For the most part, you're not really going to need to have that on anyway. If we look at our list of enabled applications, you can see that it works with some of the jailbreak stuff, like we have SB settings up here, we have Wi-Fi analyzer, so that's pretty cool. And then we have a lot of stuff in here, some jailbreak stuff down here as well, like we have Flux down here. What I'm going to show you it with right now is Alien Blue. So for now, I'm going to turn it off for Alien Blue, and I'm going to turn it off for Instagram as well. So we'll turn that off. We're just going to close out here. I'll make sure they're not running. If they're running, you have to terminate them and open them up again. So first off, I'll go into, let's say, Alien Blue here. So this is just a front end for Reddit. And if we let that load up, so you can see the text is, it's okay, but it's kind of blurry, like it isn't super high res. Which, you know, in an app like this where it's mainly just about the text, that becomes very apparent. And same thing for Instagram. If we go into Instagram and then I'll just go over to like my profile page here, you can see the text here isn't overly high res, right? It's not really all that great to read. Even up here, that's kind of low quality. So I'm just going to exit out of these apps. So I'm just going to close Instagram. We'll close Alien Blue. And then we'll head into settings. So if we go back into Retinapad, and this time I'm going to turn it on for Alien Blue, and I'll turn it on for Instagram as well. So typically you're going to want to turn it on for anything. I haven't had any issues with apps not working right with it. So now if we go back into Alien Blue with it on, you're going to see that there's actually quite a difference with the font now. It's actually a lot better looking now. And same thing if we go over to Instagram, and I'll go back over to my profile once again, just for comparison, you can see now that it's a lot easier to read. So I'm not 100% sure on the price for the tweak. I think it's $1.99, but either way, it's definitely worth every penny. Like it really, really makes a huge difference with the apps when they're running. There's a free version of that tweak available. I can't remember the exact name of it, but if you run the free version, you'll see a recommendation to get Retinapad. The free version looks pretty good. Like it actually made Alien Blue look a little bit more like an iPad app than this does, but when you went into it, like if you actually tried to type something, you would get a small keyboard as if you were running the app non-2x mode. So the keyboard would be like this really small little thing in the corner of the screen, which is almost impossible to use. So you want to keep that in mind. Again, I don't remember the name of the free version, but I would definitely recommend just go straight out, get Retinapad. It's definitely worth the money if you have an iPad and you have a lot of iPhone apps that you're running on it, apps that just aren't optimized for iPad or don't have iPad versions yet. You'll definitely appreciate having the app. So just my 2 cents, but I would definitely recommend getting it. Thanks, and hit like if you like.